We all have routines and sometimes it's nice to bust out of them, but Bear always likes to start videos in my lap and then away he goes. So today we're going to begin standing up. So often we start lying down just for your body to get sort of used to not being against gravity all the time, but let's do something different. So if you've got long hair, tie that up and out of the way, and just beginning somewhere around the center of your mat or toward the back of the mat. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with a movement of your body weight traveling towards your toes without your heels coming off the ground. And then take your body weight towards your heels without your toes coming off. So we're just going to rock between the front and the back of the feet. And you may notice that as you go forward, your toes want to clench, or maybe your thighs want to clench. And as you're going backward, you'll feel this back chain of muscles getting involved. And that's important because these muscles are working to prevent you from falling forwards or backwards, making that movement less and less until you come to find yourself really centered in between the two forward and back positions. From here, we're going to go into a roll down motion. So starting from the crown of the head, just a gentle nod of your head down, folding into the ribs and into the upper back, and then making your way towards the floor. So remember, the first one sometimes feels a little awkward, and then rolling yourself back up into your standing position. So if you feel like you need to bend your knees in order to get lower, go ahead. That's always going to be helpful. So as we're rolling the head down towards the floor, we're putting our nervous system on probably a lot of tension. So if it helps, just that little bend of your knees, just to unlock the back of the spine and the nerves. If it's not an issue for you, then have a little bit more straightness through your legs. The idea, though, is that you are very controlled in the movement. You haven't flopped to the floor, but you still have that sense of being very relaxed. It's quite an interesting place where you are slowing your movement down with gravity. You are still engaging as you need to so that you don't collapse, but you're still feeling very, very at ease. And then rolling yourself back up into your starting point again. So from here, we're going to go into a toe stretch. So you're going to remove your, my left leg, taking it back. And you're just going to tuck your toes under. Now, this is not always pleasant for everybody. I suggest having a matted surface or a carpeted surface because it can feel a bit intense, especially, if you've never done this stretch before. So we're trying to get the feeling of, your front of your ankle being stretched, and then release that foot and we'll do the other side. So the right leg will go back now, and you're getting that stretch. So it's up to you how much weight you put on it. When the foot is behind you as it is right now, you don't have to put a lot of weight on. You could lean back and put weight on. So, this is very much up to you. So if you found that easy and you want to challenge, move on with me. If you didn't find that so easy, go back to the leg behind. Otherwise, we're going to bring that foot now so that it's just, say, in line with your heel. So this is a little bit more forward action. And see how that feels in the front of the ankle area. So what we're looking for is that the foot is still facing forward. We don't want to collapse it out, not yet. We're going to do that in a moment. And then coming back, and then the other one does the same thing. So close in. So we're getting all those knuckles spread out, the front of the foot being released. So again, stay there if you want to. Otherwise, the final version we're going to do is going from your stance. You go up and you go forward. So this is the maximum sort of position where you'll get the stretch. It's quite intense again for the toe line and for the front of the ankle, and then roll that foot through and then to the other side. So again, just go where it feels comfortable for you. Everybody has their preferences. And some people have got things going on in their feet. So it's still good to be able to do this movement. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go up and we're going to roll out onto the edge of the foot. So I'm still staying where I am. So feet are in line with each other. And I've just rolled to the edge of my foot now. Baby toe side is getting the stretch and then coming back in. For most people, as soon as you go on the edge, you'll be fine. It's usually the one going forward that's the most intense. And again, we go to either side. But having said that, if it's not feeling good, just shift that foot further back and you'll be okay. And then last time. All right, now you're going to pick your spot. So either behind, next to, or in front. I quite like the next to be honest. And we're going to go back into that toe position like this. And you're going to make an ankle circle action. So we're rolling the ankle around 3 times and then we'll roll it around 3 times in the other way. So the toes flick in and out, and that's quite okay. And then resting your foot down. And then the other side does the movement, and we ankle roll, 2, 3. And then it's always important as you go the other way, or when you do the other side, is that you're noticing what is different between the two sides of your feet. All right, so from here, we're going to make our way coming into a squat. So you've got your feet nice and firmly placed on the ground. Spread the feet out wide. Take up as much space as you want to. And then we're going to send the bottom backwards and send the arms just out in front of you. So as you're taking your seat back, what you're making sure of is that you haven't arched your back and lifted your head. Your eyes are looking more along, sort of in the diagonal towards the mat, and then standing your body back up. And then repeating that, send the bottom backwards, send the arms forward, taking the seat into the chair shape, and then returning yourself up. So another good image to think of is when you do the squat is that the shins are going to stay pretty much where they are, and you're going to sit backwards. So the knees will naturally hinge as you take your seat. The hips will fold, the sit bones will widen. The legs are still looking out in front of you. Try not to widen the knees or especially collapse the knees. So just feeling those kneecaps along and over the fronts of your toes. We'll go one more time. We're going to stay at the bottom. So just enjoy this one for where we are. Holding here. See if you can now raise your heel up and then lower down. Other side, lift and lower. So we're working all the way through our feet, working up a bit of a sweat already and feeling your thighs getting involved. Feel your glutes getting involved, right? So there's some interesting things happening. Your glutes at the moment are spread because we're in a seated position, but then they're also working because now we're transferring weight from side to side. You can never isolate a muscle, so just enjoy how everything works together. And then here we go, stand back up to the top. Got one more round to go, so we're going into the squat position again. From here, if you've got it, we're going both feet up and down. When you're doing this movement, it is ideal for you to not lift up in your body height. So you're just letting the heels rise, the toes stay firmly planted. The knees are moving forward with your heels. Last one. And then raising yourself all the way back up to the top. From here, we're going to make it down again like we did with our roll down. So starting from the crown of the head, folding in towards yourself, placing the hands onto the floor, and just walk your hands out and lower your knees down onto the mat. So we're going to go into our start position of hands under shoulders, knees under hips. I wish I could tell you how many times in my life I have had to say that. But you know, it's still the foundation and it still works. So it's a good cue, isn't it? From here, we make sure, again, we've got our natural curve in our lower back, natural curve in your neck. And then from here, we're going to go into a thread the needle. So right hand is going to slide through, looking over towards the left. So a little left elbow bend, and then bringing it all the way back again. Switch your sides and slide through, and bringing yourself back up again. One more time to each side, just getting into a little bit of rotation, not overly stretching through your movement yet. Again, I always like to advise that if you haven't moved a lot in your day already, then just really take some of these moves a little slower. From here, we're going to extend one leg out. Again, it's my right leg as I press all the way out. So I'm on the toes, and then I'm going to tuck my left toes under, and I'm going to hover my left knee away from the ground. So we're holding and counting for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower the leg down. We're going to incrementally climb up the ladder by 5 seconds each time. And again, lift the knee and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down we go. Our next one is for 15. So up we come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and down. Well done. All right, bring that leg in, and we're going to switch legs over. So left leg stretches out. Important here that you're not going to rock forward and backward. So we're just going to keep that leg nice and long behind you, toes tucked on the right side, and hover your knee. First count is for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then lowering it down. Then again, next set is for 10 and lifting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. You know we're in our last round. 15, here we come, and raising 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and you're down. Well done. All right, bringing it all the way back in again. We're going to go for that rotation twist. So 2 times again, send the right arm through, twisting into the direction of the left and coming up. And what you may have noticed is that you already have a little bit more range of movement into your body. So if you do, you can start to allow your head or your shoulder to rest down onto the mat as you are looking into the twisted side. Still important that you're keeping your hips above your knees, so not trying to drop your hip off to the side that you're going to or the other side. I don't know, weird things happen sometimes. And then bringing it all the way back there. From here, we're going to lie our body down towards the mat surface. And so let's have our hands close towards the sides of us. So we'll have the fingertips kind of just at the top edge of your shoulders. If you're feeling really bunched in your shoulder line, just widen your hands a bit, or you can always take it back into the right angle shape that I really do love so much. All right, from here, we're going to raise the front of the chest up. Feel the tops of your feet just gently touching onto the mat. So I'm not pushing down and creating force. So I'm just lifting the upper chest away enough for my dog to give me a kiss, and then coming all the way back down again. And then repeating, lifting the top of the head and chest up. So my hands are fairly light at the moment. They are in contact with the mat, of course, but I'm really focusing on my spinal muscles. And then we're going to go up again. And this time as we get to the top, we just hold this position. Feel your lower ribs in contact, feel those feet in contact, and we're going to raise your arms just away from the mat surface. From here, we're going to slide your left arm out in front of you, reaching it as far forward as you can without feeling like you're closing your ear and your shoulder, and then bringing the arm back. And then the other side reaches long, and then it returns in. And we'll do that another time to each side. Slide the arm and return, and then second side out. And in, hands go back down, head and shoulders come back towards the floor. One more time, just like we did there. So we're going to roll the chest up. We're going to hover the hands. Now start with the opposite arm reaching forward. So in my case, that's my right arm to lengthen out and return in. And then left side and in. And again, reaching. So maintaining the height in your body. This is what really develops these upper back muscles for you. You should not be feeling any of this as detrimental to your lower back. Hands on the ground, and then head and chest roll towards the floor. Let's send the arms away. Let's turn palms to face down to the mat. As soon as your hands are on the floor, you'll notice your shoulder blades want to kind of squeeze it, not squeeze, but sort of lift up, collarbones away from the floor. So we're going to come up into the lift of our upper body again, feeling like you're sliding your fingers down towards the end of your mat. So really feeling open and broad across the front of your chest, and then coming back down again. And then repeat, lifting the spine up, sliding the hands a little way. They don't go huge distance, and then returning. So we're going to come up and we're going to hold the next position here. And then from there, you're going to swivel your palms in so that your hands are facing and your thumbs are facing down towards your mat. Your fingers are reaching away towards the back wall. From here, we're going to lift the arms up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the hands in that position and bring your chest all the way back down. So as we peel up, those hands swivel in, turning in to face you, thumbs facing down towards the floor, reaching the fingertips, and we've got another round of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then coming all the way down. Let the palms flop open towards the ceiling. Take a little break here, maybe even turn a head to the side, just getting a little rest in between those shoulders and neck areas. When you're ready, we're going to press you all the way up and then just spin you around so that we end up onto your back. So as we're onto our back, Just moving hair pieces out of the way again, as always. So from here, we're just going to have those feet lined up with the backs of the sit bones. So I'm going to go into a bridge where I roll my pelvis, but you know you can always hover your pelvis if that's a better position for your back body. So when you're ready, pressing through the feet and then lifting the pelvis up into the air and then coming down in your way. So either rolling through the back of the bones or just lowering the pelvis back to the mat again. So remember, it doesn't matter whether you're rolling the spine or just lifting and lowering. The emphasis is still on all of those back muscles working, back chain of muscles, the leg muscles, the glute muscles, the spine muscles. So we've got another one just like this, nice and easy, just getting your body used to this. So this squat and the bridge are so similar in how they are actually functioning, except one is up against gravity and one is on the floor. So we're going to play with a single leg bridge now. So we're going to cross a leg over, almost like you're about to do your figure 4 stretch, but we keep the ankle bone on the outside of your thigh, and then make sure that this left knee, in my case, does not drop down to the floor, but it's just staying sort of on an angle lifted. And then as we come up, we roll through, lifting the pelvis up, staying at the top. Check that the hip height is level, so we don't want to drop the leg down, and then rolling back towards the mat again. 2 more times as we bring our pelvis up into the air, and really notice what your foot on the floor is feeling like. Do you have equal pressure through your big toe, baby toe, and center of the heel? Or are you feeling like you are in just the heel? So a lot of people hang out in the heel quite a lot and can then sometimes cramp. So make sure that you are feeling through the feet nice and even, like we started in our class today. Let's switch our legs over. So crossing over, make sure that your foot is aligned with your sit bone and it hasn't come into the center. That would take you off of your alignment issue. And again, raising the pelvis up into the air, hovering and then rolling down. And again, because we're doing these 2 sides, you'll start to pick up, is one side stronger than the other? For the majority of us, it's going to be yes. And, you know, it just can sometimes feel like it's just easier and it's more coordinated and the effort is just not so demanding. And that's what's happening for me right now. This side is so much better than the other one. All right, so we put both feet back onto the ground. 1 more round of our bridge as we raise the hips up. Now, similar to what we did in standing, we just end here, slightly different. You're going to come onto the heels, raising the toes away from the mat surface, and then push onto the toes, lifting the heels up. And again, rock towards the heels and roll towards the toes. And we've got another 3 as we go from back to forward. Now this one, you don't want to be like a caterpillar moving along the mat. You want to stay in position and just get those feet moving. And then last time as we roll towards the heels and then onto the tops of the toes, and then layer your heels back onto the ground and then resting the spine back towards the mat. All right, so we are going to finish with a quick glute stretch. Cross one leg over the other and then pull your knee in. Up to you if you thread your hands behind, over, or on top. Doesn't matter, just enjoy this little moment here. So as we do that, we had a little bit more of lower body focus today. So, you know, doesn't matter as long as movement is part of your everyday routine. And, you know, 15, 20 minutes a day is a perfect amount of time. Let's switch sides over. And again, holding into your favorite position. And remember, it's also about the consistency of what you're doing. So the more you do these simple movements, the better your body starts to feel. We can't make change, big change, in a short amount of time. We have to give it time and consistency. All right, everybody, that is going to be us for today. Bear is on his way to come and say goodbye as well. So we'll just give him that prime time moment. And he's pretty happy, and so am I. All right, hope you're well and enjoy some of these other videos that are waiting here for you. Have a great day.